What's up, Hype Magazine? This is Brother Ali, and I'm checking in right now because we're about to head out on the War and Peace Tour, which is a co-headliner tour with me and my dear friend Immortal Technique, and Diabolic, and I Self Divine, DJ G.I. Joe, and DJ Tada, and hosted by Poison Pen. This tour it means a lot to me for a lot of reasons. First of all, personally, it means a lot to me and Immortal Technique because we became friends right as our careers were both starting to take off. And so his first tour that he ever went on, I didn't know this at the time, but his first tour that he ever went on was us touring together in 2004. I had already started touring because Atmosphere and Merce and people like that were bringing me on tour, but that was his first time really touring like every single day. He did a lot of shows before then. And then the first time that I ever played at First Avenue in Minneapolis, which is like our big, that's how you know that you're really a thing in the Twin Cities. Like when you know, are playing the main room at First Ave and selling it out, that's how you know that you're official. There's like a certain thing, you know. And the first time that I ever did that and sold it out was Immortal Technique came and played with me. It was a benefit show for an Iraqi brother who, he was like an artist. He was like a political prisoner in Iraq. Saddam's government put him in prison. So he ended up getting out and came to America, and some police pulled him over. This is while the Iraq War was going on, the second one, the new one, when it just first started, because it's still going on. But so they pulled this man over, found out that he was from Iraq, and they beat him up. And then they charged him with a crime, which they always do. Police, when they do that, when they beat somebody up, they go too far, they counter, you know, they sue you, or they put, you know, they put charges on you. So basically this was for his defense fund. And then while this trial was going on, mysteriously his art gallery burned down. So me and Immortal Technique threw a show for this guy and sold out First Ave. It was my first time doing that. And it was like one of those great nights. So me and Immortal Technique have like known each other and seen each other on the road and had each other's back for a long, long time. And then as my music got more and more political, I always had that, but my last album was probably the most political one. It just started to make more sense for us to tour together this time, you know, because of our friendship, because to bring our fan bases together, but also to make the statement that there still is a very viable market or, you know, demographic of listeners that do want to hear something in the music. And they call it political, and I think that's a little dismissive. I think we should really be talking about social. I think we should be talking about the way that we live, the things that we as people, citizens of the country and of the world, you know, allow our governments to do in our name, the things that we, you know, that we allow to happen passively, you know, that we vote for passively. And so, you know, there's always been that element in hip-hop that has encouraged people to be informed and to not just be passive participants in society, but to actually stand up, raise our voices for what we believe is right and against what we believe is wrong. So that's been difficult to do in hip-hop. If you look at, you know, it's kind of been very few people are doing that, but then also getting recognized within the hip-hop world. So there are a lot of people doing it actually, but the broader hip-hop community is, you know, really reluctant to acknowledge these people. And so, you know, me and Immortal Technique doing this tour, I think, is really to proclaim to the world that we're about to go across the country and sell out venues. You know, part of the tour is us playing Rock the Bells, so we're both on all 4 Rock the Bells dates. You know, I think Technique is usually on the main stage at Rock the Bells. And so, you know, and I'm one of the, you know, mainstays on the secondary stage, or like near the top of that bill. So this is also our way of making a statement that this kind of music does matter to people, and that it's not just us ranting, that there is a community across the country and around the world that supports this kind of music, so that when you know, so that when somebody like Bamboo or Invincible or like, you know, other artists make music that has a message to it, you know, people don't look at them like they're crazy, you know, because there are still artists going around the country that are not just old school either. You know, it's one thing for, you know, Public Enemy will always be Public Enemy, and they'll always be relevant, and their new music will always be relevant, but their place is solidified, you know what I mean? Whereas with us, you know, we're still carving out territory in the hip-hop world for music that has social messages involved. So it means a lot.